where? We'll sin in the light. We'll sin in the light. We have no shame, no conviction, no guilt, no loyalty, no trust, no power, no wonder. We speak over the sick and they don't recover. We speak over our marriages and they're just as rocky. We speak over our children and they continue in sin. We have no power. Why do we have no power? Because we don't care about spending time with God. We only care that God answer us when we ask him for what we want. But that's not a relationship. If you were an employee and you spent as much time as an employee that you do with God, you would have been fired a long time ago. I have and I'm almost done. I'm beating a dead horse here. Either you get it or you don't. I mean, either you'll change or you won't, which is totally between you and God. And they go to college. I have I call him my grandson, but he's not a grandson. He's my son-in-law. That's what he is. He's my son-in-law. He's not here today. He's sick. Goofy kid. He's the smartest idiot I've ever met. And him and my niece go to college, and they make them study, and they give them tests. And tomorrow, one of them, they call it shadowing. They are going to shadow somebody in their particular career that's already established, and they're going to see how they act in the workplace. What would you do then when God gives you a test? Okay, I've been teaching you all week. I've been reading about patience, love, understanding. Here's your first test. If they fail the test, they have to take it over. If they fail too many tests, they won't pass the course and will not be allowed to call themselves such and such. If you fail too many tests, you will not be allowed to call yourself children of God. Yes, 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 yes. He will say things like, I never knew you. If you can see that, you know what, that you are praying to a God that doesn't know you. Have you ever got a phone call and you go like this? I don't recognize that number. I don't know you. What do you press? I don't know who you press. You press clear or send or ignore. Ignore. Oh my God. Ignore. Can you imagine? God in all of God's splendor and righteousness and purity and awesomeness as he holds the universe in his hand, as he holds time and space, as he is so concerned about the sparrow that flies and the green grass that grows, that every snowflake is different than any other snowflake that's ever existed, that precipitation would come off of the earth and gather in the clouds until the cloud is so saturated that it re-releases the water, only it releases the water in a purer form, that he would have a beach that would hold back the ocean, and yet when you call on his name, he says, ignore, because I don't know you. Yet on the other side of town, as he holds the earth in his hand, and the stratosphere, and the galaxy, and he holds all of the moons in his hand, and yet you have a relationship with God, he calls and he says what? Hello. I'm listening. I was waiting for you to call, because I've already sent an angel down to heal that child you've been praying for, because I know you. And I know that when you hurt, I hurt. And when you cry, I cry. So before you even asked, before you even called, I sent down a blessing. Here's the end. Here's the end. It's over. It's over. You were a great audience. Thank you. I will release you just as quickly as I can so that you can go home and examine your life. Hebrews 4:16. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. What was the title of the sermon? Boldly I go to God. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Can I get some music? Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. What did I say?